by educating people on how to save the right way. For example, this is you, and your current net worth is 5 million pesos. You want to double your wealth to 10M. That's my job, to help you get to your destination. Now, of course, we can't arrive to our destination kung sayop ato ang giagyan. So how can I get you from where you are right now to where you want to be? Well, isa ra gyud ang paagyana, and that's through financial system. We have to understand how the financial system works because it is never neutral. It either works for you or works against you. Now, if it's working against you, then you are getting poorer as I speak. So, what's under financial system? Well, duha ra na. Ug dili pwede nga absent ang isa. They should always go together. First, increase profit. Meaning, you have to earn more. Second is decrease cost. Because under financial system, it's not enough nga nag-build lang ka sa imuhang profit. You also have to protect whatever you're building here. So therefore, this is where we manage the risk. If we're increasing our profit and decreasing our cost at the same time, what are we creating? Well, kung sa negosyo pa na, bahala pag dako kayo imong kita, pero kung ang imong expenses po dako pod kaayo, then maglisod gyud kag expand sa imong negosyo. When it comes to decreasing cost, nothing is more efficient at minimizing cost than an insurance policy. I'll give you an example. This is Juan. Upon crossing the street, he got run over by a car, so he had to be brought to the hospital. During that time, Juan had 1 peso in his pocket. Question: what is the value of 1 peso when it comes to treatment cost? Well, 1 peso is still 1 peso. But had that peso been put in an insurance policy that provides for an accidental plan that will fund treatment when a contingency arises, what is the value of that 1 peso? Well, it can be anywhere between 800 to 1,000 pesos. Why? Let me break it down for you. In an insurance policy, the annual cost of your coverage is 1 peso per 1,000 pesos. Meaning, here, 1 peso is not 1 peso. 1 peso will give you a benefit of 1,000 pesos. Therefore, you are decreasing the cost of your treatment. Why? Because an insurance policy is an instrument of the financial system. Here's another illustration as to how the financial system works in terms of healthcare. Unfair tuod kaayo ni, but this is how the system works. The system is the reason why the rich gets richer and the poor gets poorer. That's why I'm here to help you understand how the game is played. You know how the rich guy will pay for his treatment? He will invest his money in an insurance policy. Say 10 million. That 10 million will create a counterpart fund for a critical illness program of 10 million. The premium of the critical illness coverage will be funded by the gains of his 10 million investment. Sa ato pa, ang ginansya aning 10 million investment niya, maura po'y mubayad aning 10 million critical illness insurance coverage. So when the rich guy gets sick, his critical illness plan releases 10 million in benefits. Now he will use this money to pay for his hospital bill, which is 5 million. Sa ato pa, napa siya'y sobra nga 5 million for his recovery. Question: what happens to his investment? Katong 10 million gi-invest niya. Answer: it's intact. It's still his. His 10 million investment remains in his possession, but meanwhile, he was also given another 10 million to pay for his healthcare bill. So what's the cost of treatment? 0. Now middle income guy. Not as rich, but owns a regular pay insurance policy. Middle income guy gets sick on, let's say, year 12. So his insurance policy releases 5 million in critical illness benefit. Question: what about the fund value that represents all the premium that he paid over the last 12 years? Same, it remains his. So he gets 5 million benefits, and the premiums that he paid remains his own money. How much is the cost of treatment? 0 gihapon. How about the poor? Well, most of the time, the poor would choose to die without even seeing a doctor. Otherwise, the poor has to pay for everything. It's expensive to be poor. That's the sad reality. But it's different with countries like Iceland. Their government requires all citizens of the country to have an insurance policy. And if a citizen can't afford to pay for his insurance, then he has to prove it to the government. And then, the government will pay for his policy. So, ang gobyerno dito, mubayad para sa ilahang policy. But the treatment is expensed and provided at a private level. But that does not happen here in Philippines. PhilHealth is not even a fully public funding agency. It sources its funds and premiums gikan sa atoa, private paying citizens, who expects a measure of relief every time we get sick. Unfortunately, I don't have any solution to this issue. But what I can do as financial advisor is to remind people who are in a position to have the system work for them to obtain their solution to the healthcare problem through the instruments available in the system. Now down to the technical part. In this video, I will discuss the regular pay insurance policies. There are two types of regular pay: the limited pay, aka the term pay, and the open policy. But first, let me show you how the variable insurance works. Your payment goes to two things: protection and investment. Back to the financial system. Under investment, this is where we address number 1 in financial system, which is to increase profit. And under protection, this is where we address number 2. So this is where we minimize cost. So I'll start with the open policy. I'll show you an illustration of investment or fund value build-up for a 30-year-old client paying 5,000 a month or 60,000 a year. On first year, 100% of his payment goes to protection. So, 0 pa sa investment. Ug kung magbalanse ta sa iyahang investment money or what we call fund value, 0 pa on first year. So, what are you really paying for under protection? We have 3 core benefits. Kung sa cellphone pa ni sila, mao ni sila ang mga pre-installed apps na kung mupalit kag cellphone, naana ni sila o dili gyud matangtang. core benefits include sum assured, accelerated total and permanent disability, and accidental death and disablement. For this client, depending on his needs and priority, I can cover him for 2 million sum assured, 1 million accelerated and total permanent disability, and 1 million accidental death and disablement. So sum assured can either be death benefit or maturity benefit. It becomes death benefit kung mamatay ang life insured before 100 years old. It becomes maturity benefit if the life insured turns 100 years old, meaning kung 100 years old na ang life insured, matured na ang policy, and the 2 million will be given to him. Kanus ang mag-start ang coverage? Immediately. Immediately after issuance of policy. Meaning, miski kaisa lang nakabayad ang client pag mamatay siya, the beneficiaries will receive 2 million. So what you're paying for here is actually the peace of mind na kabalo ka nga kung naay mahitabo sa imuha, imuhang family dili mag-struggle financially or imuhang negosyo magpadayon. Another core benefit is the accelerated total and permanent disability. When we say accelerated, it forms part of the sum assured. Meaning, kung makakuha si client aning 1M, ma-minus ni siya diri sa iyahang sum assured. So, ang mabilin din 1M na lang. So, kanus siya matawag nga total disability. Ang basihan ana is ang 6 daily living activities, which includes eating, bathing, dressing, transferring, toileting, walking, or moving around. Kung tulo ana, miskig asa ana, 3 out of 6 dili nimo mabuhat nga walay assistance, then considered na nga total disability. Now, when can we say permanent disability siya? When we say permanent, it has time involved. Disability is considered permanent after 6 months. Here, 180 days. So this benefit has 180 days or 6 months waiting period. For example, balikan nato si Juan. After Juan got run over by a car, he filed for disability claims. The company will tell him to continue paying for the next 6 months kay mauna ilahang tan-awon kung permanent ba ang disability. Kay what if maka-recover siya after 3 months, right? So dili siya makonsider nga permanent. If after 6 months wala gihapon siya ka-recover, the company will return all the premiums he paid over the last 6 months plus the benefit amount of 1 million. And finally, the accidental death and disablement. Accidental death and disablement is like this. Because Juan became disabled due to accident, aside from the 1 million he received from his disability claims, he will also receive an additional 1 million pesos from his accidental claims. Pero kung namatay si Juan due to accident, his beneficiaries will receive 2 million death benefit plus 1 million accidental death benefit. So, kanus ang man ka-covered aning accidental death and disablement? Well, it says immediately. No waiting period. If we have core benefits, we also have what we call riders. Riders are optional. These are supplementary benefits that you can add to make your insurance policy more comprehensive. Kung sa cellphone pud ni sila, mao ni sila ang mga apps nga naay subscription. Kinahanglan nimo bayaran before nimo ma-enjoy. The payer has 2 options kung mag-add siya og riders. Una, pwede niya i-add ang rider amount sa iyahang monthly. So for example, ang riders cost is 1,000 pesos a month, then from 5,000 monthly premium, mahimong 6,000 per month iyahang contribution. Second option is magpabilin nga 5,000 a month iyahang premium. Pero asa man magkuha og payment iyahang riders, diri ra pod sa 5,000. Actually, daghan kaayo tag riders, but I will only discuss 5. First, we have daily hospital income rider. Coverage can range from 1,000 per day up to 5,000 per day depending on your daily income. Basta kay minimum ang 1,000 per day. So, kanusa mag-start ang coverage? After 90 days pa. So, that's the waiting period. Ang covered aning daily hospital income is any illness o reimbursement ni siya. So, let's say na hospital ka for 5 days and you have a coverage of 1,000 per day. Ang ma-reimburse sa imo is 5,000 pesos. 1,000 per day times 5 days. Next is life care benefit. Life care benefit is the critical illness insurance. So, kanus aman ka covered. Same with daily hospital income after 90 days. So, for this client, I can cover him for 1 million. Covered ani ang 36 critical illness. Please refer to this table. Waiver of premium on total and permanent disability waives the premium of the payer if he becomes total and permanently disabled. Siyempre, kung disabled na si client, most probably wala na pud siya kita, wala na pud siya income. So, if you have this rider, you don't have to pay for your policy anymore until age 60. Actually, duha ka klase sa premium waiver. Ang ikaduha is payer waiver of premium. Mag-apply ni siya ani nga case. For example, ako, gikuhaan ako akong anak og insurance policy. I'm the payer, akong anak ang life insured. If ma-disable ko or mamatay ko, akong anak dili na kinahanglan mo bayad pa sa iyahang policy until age 25. Kaya by 25, financially independent naman siya. So, by that time, he can continue paying his policy. And last but not the least, the personal accidental medical reimbursement. For this client, I can cover him for 100,000 pesos in respect to each accident. Since reimbursement ni siya, ang i-reimburse ra pod kay kung pila ang expensed amount sa accident, capped at 100K per accident. Immediate ang coverage. So now that you know what you have under protection, let's go back to the fund value build-up illustration. Recap, on first year, what you're paying for is the protection. Wala pa kay investment ani. But on second year, 50% of your payment, of your premium, goes to protection and 50% goes to investment. So, gitunga na. So, kung magbalanse ta sa imong fund value, 50% of 60,000, your annual, is 30,000. Pareha lang sa third year. 50% goes to protection, 50% of the premium goes to investment. So, kung magbalanse ta sa imong fund value, you now have 60,000 here. Now, here's the best part. Because starting fourth year, 100% of your premium already goes to your investment. So, kung magbalanse ta sa imong fund value, na nakay 120,000 here. So, starting year 4, 0 na gyud ang allocated sa protection and 100% na gyud ang allocated sa investment. If client added riders, tapos gipili niya nga ang payment sa riders kuhaon sa iyahang premium nga, monthly premium nga 5,000, then the fund value build up here would be lesser. Kay ang riders, diri raman pod magkuha og payment. This is an open policy, right? In an open policy, you pay as long as you're able. Kay duha raman gyud ang rason nganong dili makabayad ang client. First is disability. As I mentioned before, pag disabled na si client, most probably wala na pud siya income. But if you have waiver of premium on total and permanent disability under your protection plan, dili naman yun ka kinahanglan mo bayad sa imong premium up to age 60 years old. Ikaduhang rason nga nung dili makabayad si client sa iyahang premium is, well, physically able siya, pero nawalan siya trabaho. So, what if ka na ang mahitabo? So, back to the illustration. For example, during the first 5 years, able siya, nakabayad siya sa iyahang policy. But then, on 6th year, nawalan siya trabaho. This is what will happen. Automatic kung walay payment ni sulod sa iyahang policy, blanco, there will be automatic deduction from your fund value. Ato pa, from 180k less 60k, naalan lang mabilin nga 120k. Kanang deduction nga 60k, dira na siya punta sa 6th year. So, naay ni-reflect diri na payment. Question: asa man ni padulong ang 60k nga ni-reflect nga premium? The answer, balik ra gihapon siya diri sa imong investment. Why? Because starting 4th year, if maka-remember mo, 100% na ang allocated sa investment. So, in an open policy, mao ni atong gitawag na premium holiday. So, kanus-aman ka makatake og premium holiday as long as naakay enough kwarta diri. Is 180,000 enough? Well, it depends on the goals of the client. But ideally, kung mag-take ka og premium holiday, do it after 20 years. Why? Because of loyalty bonus. Kanus man nimo ma-enjoy ang loyalty bonus? On 11th to 20th year. How much is the loyalty bonus? Dako, 10% of your premium. Sa ato pa, if your annual premium is 60k, naghatag kag 60k, ang ni-reflect sa imong policy 66k. 10 years na nimo ma-enjoy kung during 1st year to 10th year wala kay lapses, wala kay withdrawals. Ug kung mag-premium holiday ka, kaning deduction, automatic deduction from your fund value, that is already considered as withdrawal. Now, padayonon nato ni. Ang nakanay sa open policy, on 7th year, for example, productive na pud kabalik, then you can continue paying. You can continue add kag 60k diri, then this time you can expect na musaka na imong 180k kay wala man nimo gipatuyo. So I guess I was able to discuss the important points of an open policy. So if you have additional questions or clarification, so this time let's talk about term policy. This is going to be a short video since I will just highlight the difference between an open. So in an open policy, you pay as long as you're able. But in a term policy, your contribution is limited up to your desired term. Can be 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, or 15 years. So that's one difference between the two. Another is the fund allocation. If you remember during our previous discussion regarding the open policy, the fund allocation for the investment is this: 0, 50, 50, 100, and starting 4th year, 100 na. So that's under open policy. Now notice the difference under term policy. Elite 5. Elite 5 is a 5-year term. So, under Elite 5, first year allocation is 70%. So, dako kayog diferensya, no? From 0 to 70. Now, second year is 85. So, from 50 to 85. Then, here on third year, 95. From 50 to 95. Fourth year, 95 pa. Wala pa nag-100. And mag-start og 100% allocation sa investment on the 5th year. Pero dako gyud kaayo og diferensya ang fund allocation sa open policy ug sa Elite 5. Now let's discuss Elite 15. Elite 15 is a term pay and 15 years ang imong contribution. First year, fund allocated for investment is 40%. So, compared to an open policy, nagya po'y 40% difference on first year. Second year, 10% na lang difference, 60 versus 50. Third year, 85 versus 50. Fourth year, 95 versus 100. 100 na dayon. So, klaro kaayo ani na table ang difference between an open policy and term pay in terms of investment fund allocation. Other difference includes monthly minimum premium. So, you can own an insurance policy for as low as 1.5 a month. But for you to be able to avail the Elite 5, the 5-year term, you should be able to sustain 16,667 a month for 60 months. That's 5 years. And for Elite 15, the minimum premium would be 6,250 a month for 15 years. For annual loyalty bonus, naay mga products sa term policies nga walay bonus. Because as I mentioned before, ang loyalty bonus ma-enjoy ra na nimo on 11th year to 20th year. And the basis of that is on the first year to 10th year, wala kay withdrawals and lapses. So, sa elite products, sa term pay products nga elite, ang maka-avail ra og loyalty bonus is ang Elite 5. Pero, on 11th to 15th year ra po. So, that's 5 years. But in an open policy, you can enjoy the loyalty bonus for 10 years, 11th to 20th year. And finally, the additional charges. There are 2 additional charges that apply to elite term pay policies, but do not apply to open policies. And these are surrender charge and premium holiday charge. Well, basically, we have withdrawal charge that applies to all policies. Minimal lang at 5%, 4, 3, 2, 1% from first year to 5th year respectively, as shown in the table. The additional charges, however, are a bit high. Let's talk about surrender charge first. So this is what it looks like. This fee only applies if you will terminate your policy or fully withdraw your funds. You may avoid this fee by terminating your policy pag idara na ang imuhang policy. Let's say for example, sa Elite 5. Para dili ka makabayad og surrender charge, then kung gusto gyud ka mag-terminate sa imong policy, do it on 11th year kay wala nay surrender charge. And as you can see, the surrender charge does not apply to open policies. You know what, personally, naagihapon ko'y nakita nga advantage ani because you want to avoid fees as high as this, mapugos kag save og padayon. So by the time mag-edad na og let's say 11 years old imuhang policy, mas dako na imong na-save. Meaning, mas dako na pud imong ma-withdraw kung gusto gihapon ka mag-withdraw or mag-terminate. Aside from surrender charge, we also have premium holiday charge. This charge applies kung mag-premium holiday ka. As I've mentioned earlier in the video, premium holiday happens kung mag-stop ka og bayad. Pag mag-stop ka og bayad, automatic mag-withdraw og pangbayad ang imong policy from your existing or outstanding fund value. So that's when premium holiday applies. Premium holiday does not apply to an open policy. It only applies to elite policies. So, as shown in the table, the only way you can avoid this fee is to wait until 5th year kung gusto ka mag-premium holiday. Because dako pa kaayo ang charges during the especially the first year and second year, dagko pa kayang charges. Kaning 5%, 15%, 5%, dagko gihapon kaayo na. So as much as possible, if you are going to take a premium holiday, then do it on 5th year or onwards. But again, ideally, after 20 years na para ma-enjoy nimo ang loyalty bonus. The last part of this video will be about the company. So why would the last part of this video will be about the company. So why would you invest in PruLife UK? Why PruLife UK? Well, first of all, if you sign up with PruLife UK, you will have me as your financial advisor. Second, it is one of the largest insurance company worldwide by market capitalization with $67 billion. And of course, kung idadang hisgutan, PruLife UK has a 171 years of global legacy. Kani ang company nga nag-cover sa crew sa Titanic and around 30 other passengers. And in addition, PruLife UK ranked first in ASEAN Corporate Governance Scorecard for PH Insurance. With these prestigious awards, companies are evaluated based on the 5 core principles of corporate governance, including rights of shareholders, equitable treatment of shareholders, the role of stakeholders in corporate governance, disclosure and transparency, and responsibilities of the board. Among these criteria, PruLife UK yielded perfect scores on most of these criteria. If what you're after is a decent return of investment, we rank first in bonds and equity with the help of our fund manager. East Spring Investment is our fund manager, and it is the top asset manager and definitely one of the largest in Asia. East Spring Investments is named the best asset management house from 2012 to 2018 except for 2017. Wala siya nag-top 1 sa 2017 but definitely part of the top 5. No wonder why Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas accredited East Spring Investment to manage their provident fund or retirement fund. For me, this is an indication that we can trust PruLife UK with our long-term investment. Thank you very much for taking time watching the video, and for questions and clarifications, just send me a private message in Facebook, or you may also book a private appointment with me in the office. I hope you learned something today. Don't forget to share this video to your friends and family. The last part of this video will be about the company. So why would the last part of this video will be about the company. So why would you invest in PruLife UK? Why PruLife UK? Well, first of all, if you sign up with PruLife UK, you will have me as your financial advisor. Second, it is one of the largest insurance company worldwide by market capitalization with $67 billion. And of course, kung idadang hisgutan, PruLife UK has a 171 years of global legacy. Kani ang company nga nag-cover sa crew sa Titanic and around 30 other passengers. And in addition, PruLife UK ranked first in ASEAN Corporate Governance Scorecard for PH Insurance. With these prestigious awards, companies are evaluated based on the 5 core principles of corporate governance, including rights of shareholders, equitable treatment of shareholders, the role of stakeholders in corporate governance, disclosure and transparency, and responsibilities of the board. Among these criteria, PruLife UK yielded perfect scores on most of these criteria. If what you're after is a decent return of investment, we rank first in bonds and equity with the help of our fund manager. East Spring Investment is our fund manager, and it is the top asset manager and definitely one of the largest in Asia. East Spring Investments is named the best asset management house from 2012 to 2018 except for 2017. Wala siya nag-top 1 sa 2017 but definitely part of the top 5. No wonder why Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas accredited East Spring Investment to manage their provident fund or retirement fund. For me, this is an indication that we can trust PRULife UK with our long-term investment. Thank you very much for taking time watching the video, and for questions and clarifications, just send me a private message in Facebook, or you may also book a private appointment with me in the office. I hope you learned something today. Don't forget to share this video to your friends and family. The last part of this video will be about the company. So why would The last part of this video will be about the company. So why would you invest in PRULife UK? Why PRULife UK? Well, first of all, if you sign up with PRULife UK, you will have me as your financial advisor. Second, it is one of the largest insurance company worldwide by market capitalization with $67 billion. And of course, kung idadang hisgutan, PRULife UK has a 171 years of global legacy. Kani ang company nga nag-cover sa crew sa Titanic and around 30 other passengers. And in addition, PRULife UK ranked first in ASEAN Corporate Governance Scorecard for PH Insurance. With these prestigious awards, companies are evaluated based on the 5 core principles of corporate governance, including rights of shareholders, equitable treatment of shareholders, the role of stakeholders in corporate governance, disclosure and transparency, and responsibilities of the board. Among these criteria, PRULife UK yielded perfect scores on most of these criteria. If what you're after is a decent return of investment, we rank first in bonds and equity with the help of our fund manager. East Spring Investment is our fund manager, and it is the top asset manager and definitely one of the largest in Asia. East Spring Investments is named the best asset management house from 2012 to 2018 except for 2017. Wala siya nag-top 1 sa 2017 but definitely part of the top 5. No wonder why Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas accredited East Spring Investment to manage their provident fund or retirement fund. For me,